Alrighty, it says that we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Hope that everybody's doing well. Let me get these links out, then we can begin. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Sometimes I have to refresh the page in order to get the link to show up on YouTube. Alrighty. So we'll throw the link up on minds.com first. Alrighty. Alright, up on Minds. Now let's get it to the Discord servers, then we can begin. Oh, like I said, I hope that everybody's doing well. Let's see here. There we go. There's one down. Let's get the rest out. Oh, ah, there you are. Let's see here. There we go. Nice. Here we go. Alrighty. Now, let me pull up the chat. We can begin. Awesome. All pulled up, all ready to go. So, I suppose, yeah, big absence that happened since the last one. A lot, and I mean a lot, transpired in my life. And last week plus. I'm not going to get into all the details, but I had to step away from this, and things have not been great. We'll just say that. Things have actually been very, very, very bad. But I'm going to try to get back into this and have some fun, because a good story always helps me unwind and enjoy life again. And at this point, I think I'm in need of returning to this. So, I don't exactly remember where we last left off, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll have to recuperate my memory of where the story was when we begin again. I'm sure that once I get it started up, it'll come back to me real quick. And in fact, give me 1 second. Just gonna get this mic a little even level with my with where my head is at. There we go. Hope that's a little better. And of course, got the doggo here. Oh. Hi there, girl. Hi. Hello. Oh, such a good girl. Sorry. She has to have head pats first. Yeah, let me get a sip of my water. Yeah. And like I said, maybe once I begin, a bit of the energy will come back. Hopefully so. But, like I said, I have not had a good week plus. It's been pretty bad at my end, so forgive the low energy. I've also been really, really busy with work. So, and you know, that always takes priority over everything. But yeah, let's continue. And you know what? we get back into this really, really well-written story with very big twists and turns as of late, haven't we? Oh boy. Okay. Let's inspect the memories. And actually, this is super quiet on my end. Just the volume from my TV, so I'll turn that up a bit. Okay. I believe we were... Yes, here we are. Okay, yeah. Now I'm remembering. Okay. Okay, so we should have... I don't remember if we wrapped up Michael's backstory and we've returned to the present or not. But we went through a pretty... a very, very tragic life of Michael. Holy shit. Born with a condition that has him kind of in between both genders, and that has really screwed him over, especially in the Middle Ages. And so, and that is also, once Giselle found out about that, she of course was not too thrilled that he did not, that he wasn't all too transparent about that. Now, I'm hoping that, you know, if Giselle doesn't want a romantic partner of that variety, that's fine, but I'm certainly hoping that she could find in her heart to at least still be friends with him, at the very least, because their relationship was, like, they both saved each other, especially when they opened up to one another. But part of that feeling of betrayal, probably on Giselle's part, is the fact that she opened her heart out to Michael, and he did not open up everything about him. So, hopefully things get better, but something that actually just came to mind is, so throughout all this backstory that we've gotten from Michael about, you know, his life, realize that he's still standing there with, without an arm. So I wonder what we get, if we get right back to where we left off, when that revelation was given to Giselle, and also us, the viewers. I am kind of curious, we're going to acknowledge, you know, is he going to get his arm back? What's going to happen here? So, anyways, let's continue. And please, for the love of God, somebody get a fucking break. I love tragedies and all, but man, we have, both Michael's and Giselle's have had no breaks whatsoever. It just gets worse and worse and worse for these two. Okay. Have to turn it up a little more on my end. What are you doing? Get back in here, Michael. Why the door? I can't it. Michael! What did you do to the door? Come on, get back in here. Okay, no, where we left off. We're getting to the end of Michael's recollection of all of his story. Okay, so we're coming up real close to when he gets killed here. I guess you really can perform miracles, Morgana. I don't want to lose you either. I know that. By doing this, I will bring you pain, Giselle. But I can't make you happy, no matter how hard I try. And I realize that now. Say something, Michael. You're out there, aren't you? Please don't do anything rash. They're going to kill you if you're out there. Giselle, the witch told me. What? And she would ensure your safety. Michael, she isn't real. There is no witch talking to you. It's all in your head. A figment of your imagination created to alleviate your loneliness. Rest assured, she does not lie. Michael! I pray that someday she'll be able to get past this, to move on with her life. She needs to know that that's what I want. I have to find the right words. I'm pathetic. My voice is so shaky. Please listen. You are a wonderful woman, Giselle. Spirited, true to yourself, deeply sympathetic. You are not to blame for how difficult your life has been. Most of the fault lies and a bit of bad fortune. But that's all behind you now. Once this is over, you can start anew. What are you talking about? So survive. Live a good, fulfilling life. Move past this. Live your life, and always love your family. I know you can do it. That is my wish for you. No, I don't want that. I want to be with you. No one else but you. I don't want you to let you die. There it is. Death to the heretic. Death to Death to the heretic. Get back in here, Michael. Open the door. If my choice is to live without you, I'd rather... Your scars will heal. You'll find a nice man and have a wonderful family. Why? Because you have a good family. You have a mother and a sister who love you. If you were to be executed here with me, you would be marked a heretic as well. And your family would be condemned. I don't want anyone else to suffer that kind of disgrace. But I can't tell you any of that, because I don't want you looking into why I am a heretic. So this is where we part ways. Giselle. Now, I don't know how much Giselle can read into other people, but do you think that maybe once she had learned about Michael's condition, that she may have seen that as all him sacrificing himself as a way to pass on without having to reveal that to her? That may have contributed to why she reacted the way she did too. We'll see. Thank you, Giselle, for bringing light to my world. Don't say that. The year we shared together, and the months since our relationship blossomed, have been the brightest days of my life. But if there is a next life, I hope you don't mind if I pray that we're able to meet again. And this time, that we can find each other once more in another world, in a body that better suits me. And yet, every time that Michael came back, he reincarnated as a full-fledged woman. I was thinking that Morgana was kind of just torturing him that way, but I am wondering if there might be something more to that. Maybe we'll get an explanation for that. Maybe not. Maybe it's literally just a roll of the die every time that Michael was reconstructed as Michelle. Michael. I had thought I was prepared. I was doing something good, something I could be proud of. That I would give my life for her with head held high. But it wasn't long before I realized what the witch had meant. what she had warned me about, when she had said ultimate despair waited beyond this door. It is our holy duty as knights of the church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. You are sentenced to death, your body to be hanged upon a cross for 3 days and 3 nights, wherein your unholy flesh shall be purified by the fires of heaven. Why? What are you doing here? Oh, that's gonna be, oh my God, that's gonna be, George's, or, no, the Night Brother, I forgot, forgive me, I forgot who's who, but, oh my God, I'll bet you that's Michael's brother. I stared up at the night, eyes wide, for the voice from within the helm. Yeah, Didier. Oh, oh God. That salt in the wound. Holy shit. Wow. All that shit about saying, oh yeah, I'll accept you, yeah. Well, wait a minute. Didier can't risk his position as a knight if that were to come out, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, I'm wondering if it's, so it's either Didier responded to the letter with this, or both he and the mother responded to it with this. So now now I'm curious what happens there. Didier belonged to my elder brother. You shall now be executed. Huh. Do you have any final words? I knew well enough that Mother was not in her right mind, and while her refusal to accept me had hurt, at the same time, I had somewhat expected it. It made sense to me. In her madness, Mother had declared me a heretic and reported me to the church. But Didier. Men wield swords and fight against dangerous enemies, and they do so to protect the weak, women and children. I'm here to protect you and your mother. Yeah, it's... He probably changed big time during those years. What are you doing here? Why are you pointing your sword at me? Are you smiling behind that cold steel helm, frowning? Or staring expressionlessly? No, your transformation was too much for Mother and Father to accept. With enough time, everything will get back to the way it was before, just like it did for myself and George's. None of this is your fault. It was all unfortunate timing. Is this unfortunate timing? You said it would all go back to normal eventually. Can I trust that even if the whole world says I'm cursed, that you'll always be by my side? That you'll always be my brothers? Can I put my trust in you once more? Didier, George's? You absolutely can, Michael. I swear to God on high. Did your vow have any meaning at all? I spent years here in this dark house, waiting, believing you would come through for me. So why? Why are you standing there, a half dozen nights at your back, saying I am to be executed? Why? Dear. Do not cry. Don't you dare cry, Michael. You're standing here in front of this door as a man protecting the woman he loves. So you mustn't cry. Who is it you're sentencing to death? Michael Bullinger or a demon child, naturally. Or a witch, perhaps. But why? If I'm not an angel sent from heaven or a demon child, then what am I? What on earth am I? What are you? You're a Bullinger. You're a family. And that's all there is to it. Ugh. I thought we were brothers. Our familial bonds have long since been severed, cursed witch. Now I see. Giselle, this world never had a place for me. I was never welcome here. Kill him! Uh-oh, that's not good. Let's hope the battery holds out. Did not know it was that low. So many blades pierced my flesh. Didier's sword in my chest, lances in my arms and shoulders, arrows in both of my legs. I could hardly even tell what hurt anymore. But the pain from within was much clearer. My heart cracked audibly before shattering completely. Don't cry. Do not cry. Tears will only make me more pitiful. So don't you cry, Michael. Don't cry. Oh. I believed in you. Didier. When I was younger, I idolized you. Those broad shoulders, muscular arms, gentle eyes. Everything you said. Your simple but pure desire to become a knight. I thought, if I could be like you, then I could be proud of who I was. Though that may have faded somewhat after being locked away for so long, my adoration for you never went away. I thought you, of everyone, would accept me for who I am. And I thought you would celebrate my relationship with Giselle. That you would put those big hands on my shoulders, a smile on your face, and say, I'm happy for you. That you would welcome her into the family. That we could go on outings together on cloudy days, and maybe she could make something for us. She's a pretty good cook, after all. Georges would rifle through the basket before lunch, and Didier would scold him. I would be there watching, a proud smile on my face. As unlikely, as out of reach I knew it was. I still dreamed of a life like that. I had the faintest hope that when we saw each other again, that dream might come true. Didier, I put my faith in you. Well, well, we don't know. We don't know how Georges feels about it yet, though, so you still might have him. Though, at the same time, because, yeah, he did paint that picture, but his mother really could have twisted his arm into doing that. I don't know. And so, my life came to an end. But that wasn't the end of the story. I don't know if what comes next could be called my story. Ooh! Are we going to see this from Michelle's perspective now? In the reconstructions? Or reincarnations, whatever you want to call them? But memories of these events linger in my soul. After being pierced by Didier's blade, I found myself looking down upon my own corpse. How could I have ever imagined that I would be made to witness my own misery, even in death? I watched as my eldest brother dragged me to the place of my crucifixion, and my soul, evidently still bound to my flesh, was dragged along with it, against my will, down to the nearby village. Hey, Edgy, how you doing? Don't worry, Edgy. Michael has already perished. He's just reliving this event, so double the sadness. The knights! The knights have returned from their holy quest. Oh, how we've awaited your arrival. How glorious it is to see you. Waiting for us, there was a cluster of villagers. Oh, I'll bet you. They're probably thinking that this is the witch. Oh, yeah, because they did see... Yeah, Michael did reveal himself to them, so yeah. That's what they're going to see is the knights crucifying the witch. A large cross lay on the ground in the center of the square. Holding torches. No, I'm sorry. My water went down the wrong way. Holding torches, they formed a crowd around the knights, several of them familiar faces. The men who had come to ransack the mansion were standing there, staring at my body in awe. The Lord's judgment has been delivered unto the witch of the cursed mansion by his holy servants. No longer shall we live in fear of the curse befalling us. Eternal peace is assured. We have assembled all the tools you need to execute your divine mission. A cross, befitting of such a heinous sinner. That which threatened to curse us, sullied our pure ears with its blasphemy. I had done no such thing. I hadn't cursed anyone. I had merely been defending myself. They had been armed and outnumbered me, so I had said what was necessary to chase them off. Our poor harvest and our suffering at the hands of the greedy Lord were all the work of the witch. Why, then, were they acting like I was at fault? Why was I the sinner? And why did I need to be judged? My soul trembled at the overwhelming fervor consuming the crowd, their zealous desire to see judgment cast. So I prayed. I asked God to grant me the smallest of miracles. Look, I've been open. I am not a religious guy. Especially with all the shit you've been through. And Giselle. Holy shit, even Giselle. I am shocked you both still have faith. But at the same time, what more can you have at this point? If there is a God in this universe, I certainly hope that he'll throw you to a bone at some point. Holy shit. Staying faithful in times like this, yeah, you've got to have something go your way, right? So let my voice reach my brother who carried my body. Please don't do this, Didier. Please hear my voice. You know me better than that. You know I've done nothing wrong. Those men smirking at the sight of my body. They're the ones putting the blame for their sins on me. Please, tell me you, at least, don't think I did those things. Don't put me on that cross. If it was Mother who sold me out of the church, then surely you can give me a respectable burial. The nails and the rope for the crucifixion are here. We would have you, O knight, deliver the Lord's judgment unto this vile witch. Didier, why do you say nothing? Oh, this is echoing of the literal crucifixion, isn't it? My God, why have you forsaken me? Oh, nice parallel. Why do you accept the tools this man presents you? Tools meant to punish me. Tell me, Didier. Crucifixion! Crucify it! Crucify the witch! My brother lowered my corpse to the ground and began removing my clothing. And in that very moment, I realized the purpose of hanging someone from a cross. Overwhelmed by hopelessness, tears streamed down my face. Please, anything but that. I'm begging you. Don't expose me to these people. Don't expose my body, Didier. I'm begging you. Don't do it. But of course, my voice had no way of reaching him, and he proceeded to remove my clothing piece by piece, until I was left fully nude. For a brief moment, an unpleasant silence spread throughout the crowd. The erratic crackling of their torches was the only sound that could be heard in the square. And then, with a mocking laugh, one man spoke. Ah, so there it is, the devilish creature. Don't look at me, please. Look away. Or just get it over with. And burn me now. Burn my body, please. One simple thing was all I was missing. I had a frame like a man. I liked breasts of a woman. My heart was male. I was in love with a woman. You sold your soul to the devil, and this is what you became. This frightful, reprehensible creature. To dare defile the sacred body God blessed you with. He did. Michael did defile. This is whatever the condition is, did it? Jeez. Oh my God. Was that what people really thought of me? Was there no way to make them understand? Could they not possibly imagine how miserable it was to live in a body that didn't fit the shape of your soul? Was there no way to get through to them, even the slightest bit? All I wanted was to be what I felt I was? Was that really so heinous a crime? Please, Didier, stop this. Don't humiliate me any further. Please, just let me depart this world in peace. Carry my body away from this place. That's all I ask. And if you can't do that, then at least burn me instead. Didier. Didier. He then placed my body upon the cross, bound my arms together at the wrists with rope, and then drove a nail through my palms. I couldn't look away. I tried to close my eyes, but I couldn't. My vision remained perfectly clear despite the constant stream of tears. When he was finished attaching my body to the cross, he and several other knights lifted it off the ground, planting it in the center of the village square. The villagers showered the knights with their praise and gratitude. Not for the lack of trying, I was unable to get away from the cross. My soul was trapped there along with my body. Didier didn't say a word the entire time. After a full day hanging there, grotesque blackish splotches began appearing on my lower body. Everyone who saw it grimaced in disgust. The knights, Didier included, had long since taken their leave, leaving my soul behind, curled up at the base of the cross. A constant stream of tears ran down my face. Despite all my prayers, I remained bound to that place, left to rot on the cross with my body. Passerby threw rocks or spat at me. Children laughed. A mother warned her daughter to always obey God's teachings. By 48 hours, black-feathered birds and maggots had appeared to devour my rotting flesh. I couldn't imagine any less pleasant a sight than my own body decaying in the sunlight, exposed for all to see. A group of children assembled in the square not far from the cross, and soon after, a competition began to see who could take down the evil witch. They gathered all the rocks they could find and started throwing them at my corpse as hard as they could. The stones ripped through my decomposing flesh, exposing bits of bone. Eventually, they settled on a winner, the one who had torn off the most flesh, and went on their way. And when they were gone, the birds flocked in to take their place. Oh. The third day and night came and went, and at sunrise on the fourth day, I received a visitor. Here, give me 1 second. Excellent. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm plugging in my controller so the battery doesn't die. Oh yes, I am a very professional streamer. Michael unironically did nothing wrong. Yeah. Yeah, no, the dude literally was born that way. Like I do not know what those folks would have. Sorry, plugging that in. Now I don't know what because that's the thing. It's like this is during the time where it's like things like that aren't accepted as they're not accepted as just a freak genetic roll of the die for a condition like this. It's no, it's in the age of superstition. It's like because like they it was not just like you were not just like born with original sin. It's like this shit weighed heavy on your soul. Like they back then the supernatural or the religious belief, this is as real as the physical world in front of you. So if you're born with like a condition like this, it's there's got to be some explanation for it, and the explanations they have are just you you see what the explanation is. And it's quite horrible. them gene- them genetics sounds like witchcraft to me. Yeah, pretty much. But man, but I tell you what though, like I still love witch tales and the folklore of witches, but also like the history that we have of witches in the real world. And what I mean by that is like, things like the Salem witch trials, or the other or like the Fairfield, Connecticut trials, or back in the old world, obviously these witchcraft was seen as a big offense in medieval times. So then of course you go through what types of witches too. Like, are they is it witchcraft that's observed just by it being a pagan religion, or is it witchcraft affiliated with devil worship? I love it all. It's witches. It's like this weird combination of religion, history, and mythology all in one, and I absolutely just love it. Anyways, and at sunrise on the fourth day, I received a visitor. Watch your step, madam. The crucifix is this way. After everything I had been through, I thought nothing more could possibly affect me. I'd sunk as far down into the abyss as I could go. However, he said, "Madam, I don't think that'd be Giselle, because Giselle is trapped by Morgana right now. The only other woman I could think of is..." Oh shit. Oh shit. Is it that bitch? Oh no, the mother. Wow. Oh, thank God. I thought it was gonna be that one George's wife. I forgot her name, forgive me. I knew it was her instantly. She was older and bonier than I remembered. She had bags under her eyes so dark they looked like bruises. Her once lustrous blonde hair had faded almost white. I would always recognize my own mother. "What are you doing here, Mother?" "Father, in the 13 years since I had last heard Mother's voice, it had grown raspy and weak. But there was still distinct traces in it of the woman who had raised me, who had stayed at my bedside when I was sick. Though I lacked a physical body, I still felt a deep, piercing chill at the sound of her voice." Yeah, okay, Amy. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Edgy. Amy, that bitch. "Father, this is not my daughter." "I did not birth this accursed thing." No. I am her victim. For years I suffered at the hands of this witch. She stole my daughter away from me, tormenting me, endlessly tormenting me, trying to ruin me. A demon. You're a demon. Mother. I despise you, you foul, hellish monster. I loved you. You took everything from me. I could never bring myself to hate my birth mother. I feel nothing but revulsion for you. I loved you. And eternity in the fires of hell would be too good for you. I often disagreed with the things you said and did. But I still remember the feeling of your hand in mine as I lay sick in bed. I have absolutely no relation to this demon. I kept writing you letters, kept pretending to be a girl for you, because I didn't want to hurt you. This is not my daughter. I couldn't stand doing it. Whenever I sat down to write one, I came out a horrible wreck, even worse off than before. But even so, send this monster straight to hell. I didn't want to break you, Mother. I didn't want to push you any further off the edge. Quickly, set me free of this cursed thing. But I suppose I still did end up breaking you. Please, be at ease, madam. The Lord has heard your prayers. He wants you to cast the demon into the cleansing fires. He wants you to show him that, as you say, you have no relation to this unholy thrall. Gladly. Gladly. I'll gladly send this vile creature to the deepest pits of hell with my own 2 hands. Her eyes swirling with every hateful emotion imaginable, Mother took the torch from the priest and tossed it into the pile of straw spread around the base of the cross. The flame crackled as it spread upward, consuming my body and filling the square with the putrid stench of burning flesh. It was a few days old. Ugh. I guess it would depend on the humidity, because it's like if it's dry air, then it probably doesn't smell too bad. But if it's like humid out, ugh. Through the cloud of smoke, I could see a faint smile on Mother's lips. Mother, I'm so sorry you had to give birth to me. When the inferno had devoured everything, and the cross itself came crumbling down, my soul was finally released from that place. Or rather, I suppose it was more shattered. Okay, now that that's done, though, I want to know, I want to see if, I want to see if Michael can recollect any of the memories as Michelle during the reincarnations. The things I saw, the things I was made to watch, were harrowing. Morgana had been right. The anguish that came after knowing happiness was much greater than anything I had felt before. It eroded my spirit, drained me of the willpower to bear the sight of the world after death. But rather than give in to hatred like Morgana had, I despaired of myself. I didn't curse or bear a grudge against anyone. I prayed for my own extinguishment. The Jesus parallels are very, very, yeah, they're really strong here. No, it was both he and Giselle. Wow. These are like 2 pure souls. Holy shit. My soul began to crumble, neither ascending to heaven nor falling to hell, but fading into darkness everlasting. My fingers were the first to go, then my eyes, and then my mouth. All sound vanished into nothingness. My beating heart, and all the emotions that had once taken root within it, scattered like leaves upon the wind. My soul completely, wholly decomposed. I couldn't stand to allow my soul to return to the living world, no matter what it might take residence in. Some length of time later, I began to hear a sound, muffled and indistinct. no longer human in form. I had no ears to speak of, but the sound gradually increased in volume. It was a voice. Where are you, Michael? What are you doing? I'm still praying. I'm still wishing for you to appear before me. Forever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever. I've been praying for so long. I don't even know how long it's been. Before you left, you said you were going to pray too. You said you'd hoped we could meet each other again in another life. I'm not misremembering, am I? Michael, come back to me soon. As if drawn in by the sound of that voice, bit by bit, I began regaining some of what I had lost. But it took an incredibly long time. My body and soul had been ground to dust. I had rejected myself, scattered it into the void. It would take several lifetimes to find and reassemble all those pieces. Michael, all I can remember about you is your name, your glassy white skin, your fiery red eyes, and your snow-colored hair. Nothing else. I had thought my mind, my body, my spirit, and my heart had all been eradicated. But every time I had heard that voice, I thought, I must return. Well, thought is perhaps inaccurate. It was not so much as a conscious idea as an instinctive force. The voice slowly buried the overwhelming pain I had suffered in both life and death. I began to search for the source of that quiet, constant whisper echoing in the emptiness, chasing after that tiny fleck of light, the one thing in the world that seemed to desire my presence. Michael, I'm no longer the girl I once was. I've built a thick cocoon around myself, a cocoon I can't break free of. My own protective shell is devouring me. I'm waiting for you, Michael. Waiting for you inside my shell. Always waiting. Will you be able to recognize the person I've become? Please, Michael. Get me out of here. At long last, at long last, I found the ray of light I sought. And had an absolute certainty that if I followed it, I would be able to reach the source of the voice. I had to find them. I had to set them free. I desperately had to give back to them what they had given to me. And that sense of purpose is what set me back into motion. But the void was so expansive, so endlessly deep, that reaching the end of the trail of light was no easy task. Struggling to follow it to its source wore my barely held together soul thin, until it crumbled apart once more. Again and again I lost myself. I can't account for much of my time chasing after that light. The gaps in my memory are large and frequent. Nevertheless, after countless cycles of breaking down and reassembling myself, after hundreds of years of wandering, I finally found my way back to that mansion. And when the two of us had our long-awaited reunion, neither of us were our old selves any longer. In my endeavor to return, I had worn my soul down to almost nothing. I was but a vague shadow, completely devoid of memories. And that was the beginning. We met each other anew, lost and broken, devoid of life. The darkness here reminds me of my time in the void. Okay, so we're not going to... I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's like, I would be fascinated to see, like, what his perspective is in the reincarnated forms as Michelle. I would have loved to see that, but maybe we'll see it later. Of the despair that filled my shattered soul as it sank to the endless abyss. Of the emptiness I felt as my body crumbled and faded into nothing. Michael, the poor soul who was named for an angel and born with the curse. Made to bear an unfairly cruel fate. I am the only one who sympathizes with you. The only one who understands your pain. The only one willing to help you. I'm sure you're not feeling particularly fond of me right now. Not after I made you relive the past you so wanted to forget. Every moment of that despair. Not after I revealed your every last secret to the woman you love. Oh, we're back. Oh shit, we're back. Yeah, and you're also telling him that after you've ripped his arm off. Okay, yikes. Where are we gonna go from here? Yeah, this... Wow, okay, so now we've made everything full circle. Whew, what is going to happen now? Because now Giselle had just learned of Michael's condition. And she just flat out rejected him for that. So now we've got poor Michael here, who just witnessed all of Morgana's memories and is now beaten to hell and without an arm. Not after I revealed your every last secret to the woman you love. But you must face the truth, my dear. You put your life, your very soul, on the line for this woman, and even she would not accept you. But as I have said before, that's a normal response. She's no worse than anyone else for it. You simply aren't something people can accept. You believed that even in your family... You believed that even if your family wouldn't, that even if your dear brothers wouldn't, Giselle would be able to accept you for you. That she alone was different. That she alone was special. That she alone wanted you in her life. That she alone would extend her hand for you. You never doubted that, did you? But, Michael, hope exists to be crushed. And the deeper you cling to that hope, the more you will have to lose. You can hear that, can't you? Her mocking you, scorning you, rejecting everything that defines you. The revulsion in her voice. This is the woman you fought so hard to get back. Listen to it, my dear. Focus on her voice. Disgusting. Stop, please. I don't want to hear it anymore. Make it stop. Can you blame her, though? For hundreds of years she waited trusting you. And you came back to her a woman. More than once. If you think about it, you betrayed her first. No, stop. Don't. I didn't. Tell me, what was it like? How did it feel to be born and live as a woman? You spent your life insisting you weren't a woman, and yet your soul chose a female body to return in. Body, yeah, that's a fucking word. All those gaps in your memory were from your lives as the white-haired girl. First there was the kind, mild-mannered, flaxen-haired boy. You, a woman, and he, a man, were joined in love. And then there was the deranged man-beast. By exposing your female body to him, you were able to temporarily contain his madness. And finally, there was the man obsessed with money and power. You were his wife, ever faithful, waiting patiently for him to remember his love. You put your faith in the wrong person's love. How can you expect her not to be disgusted? She was forced to watch again and again as the man she loved was reborn as a woman and had relations with other men. Would you like to know what you're doing right this moment, Michael? You're crying. Crying, as you have done so many times before. Those tears, they wash away your dignity. Would you also like to know how you look right now, Michael? Holy shit. She is... Morgana's awful. Wow. Oh, damn. You've reverted to your final moments, both in body and in heart. Take a look at yourself, my dear. Your body, incomplete, only partially male. The wounds, still fresh and raw. Pierced by your brother, whom you trusted completely, and the knights whose ranks you dreamed of joining. Even now, your blood still flows from those wounds. They will never heal. Not so long as you remain yourself. Do I feel a deal coming on? Is Michael really going to make the deal with the devil? It's not pleasant, is it? It hurts quite a bit, doesn't it? I did not inflict those wounds on you, though. They are your own, and no one can erase them. You've lost everything, Michael. Tell me, what do you have left? You were robbed of your pride, your dignity, your life, your identity, your very existence. And the love you thought you still had? Well, she's gone and left you behind too. And still you refuse to curse anyone? Why do you not take what you deserve from those who stole everything from you? You have every right to vengeance, and I'm offering you the means to have it. Curse them, my dear. I cannot curse anyone. You disappoint me, Michael. But if that's what you want, if you won't join me in my hatred, then so be it. I will accept we are not as similar as I once thought. And as much as it pains me to do so, I will release you. I will even wish for your reconstruction into the body you desire. There it is. There it is. What's the catch, though? And I think it's time to save. Seems like an option might be coming up. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? If you were in Michael's position right now, would you be taking that deal? Because there's always a string attached with Morgana. Morgana cutting deep. Don't do it. There's got to be a string attached to that one. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling too, Edgy. Oh, boy. Because if... Oh, man, like... If he could get the body, like a full male body, would that help? Would that, like, make it easier for Giselle to accept him? You shall descend into the mortal realm as a human man, never to set foot in this cursed mansion again. Yes, but then Michael's cut off from Giselle. Come on, we need that happy ending, goddammit! Even if they don't get romantically together, at least be friends and... Yeah! Come on! Just give us a little bit of hope, please! I know this game doesn't give hope, but come on! We need something, goddammit. Imagine it. After waiting for so long, you will finally be able to obtain the body you so desperately seek. To have a wife and create a happy family of your own. Wouldn't that be just lovely? I'll make that wish for you, my dear. You can have that life. All you have to do is walk out the door. It's that easy. Just let go. Let it all go, Michael. I... Oh. Oh, that was timed. I didn't click that. Don't listen to her. Don't trust anything she says. Don't trust anything she shows you. Michael, you told me you believed in my love. That if I could survive for hundreds of years, it must be real. So don't start doubting it now. Open your eyes, Michael, and look at me. Okay. So was the thing from was the confrontation before, was that all Morgana's tricks? Listen to me, please. Listen to the sound of my voice. Michael. Will you listen to what I really think? How I actually feel? I would never, ever push you away. Do you remember what I said, Michael? When you broke through the cocoon? I'd build around myself? I said I would never come to hate you. I still stand by that. My feelings haven't changed in the slightest. Here we go. Here's the happy ending. Doesn't matter what kind of past you had, or what kind of secrets you kept. I still love you. You accepted me, Michael. I spent hundreds of years trapped in this place, watching as tragedy after tragedy befell its residents, slowly losing my grip on myself until I had been twisted so far I could tell them like stories with a cold smile on my face. And despite what I had become, you still took my hand. You still said you loved me. No matter what horrors you experienced, I will always and forever take your hand. Michael! Giselle, please have faith in me, Michael. Don't believe what some illusion says. Believe me. Believe the real me. I'm more inclined to believe you're the real one given the length of your hair, but I'm having a hard time believing anything now because everything just turns out for the worst. Oh, come on, don't be teasing us like this. You have it backwards, Giselle. The truth is, I never once doubted you. What? I never doubted your love. Michael, I despised myself. I hated that I was so weak I couldn't even bear being rejected by a phantasm made to look like you. I didn't want you to see me like that. I didn't want you to know I was so weak. To see my past. To see me now, a pitiful, unsightly mess. Yeah, he did get fucked up. I couldn't stand the thought of you seeing any of that. If only in your memories, if only for you, I wanted to be gallant, to be a man. I wanted to be the man who never cried, who never showed weakness, and who died trying to protect you. I didn't want you to know that I was so weak. I was such a sad, frail person. Well, I don't think that given everything that you've been through, I don't think I would classify that as weakness. It's just emotion. You have every right to react as emotional as you have, given the circumstances. I feel bad that Michael just sees himself like this. And not even a real man. Michael. I didn't want you to see that. Morgana was telling the truth. I opened the door to our past in order to bring you back. But that wasn't the whole story. I kept details about myself out. Things that would make me look bad. There's no one as shameful and reprehensible as me. No, Michael. There's no one in this world as admirable as you. You remained true to yourself to the end. No matter how bad things got. Day after day you fought all alone. Despite being put through hell. Yet you chose not to curse those responsible. Only once did you ever consider cursing someone. Your father. I remember that day very well. I was too stupid to realize it at the time. But you did that for me. The one time you ever wanted to curse someone was for me. Give yourself a little more credit. Yeah, there you go. She said it. You did perhaps come off as a bit inscrutable, but deep down, you're truer to yourself than anyone. Your motivation's simple and pure. Your heart full of kindness. Know that you're a wonderful, admirable man, Michael. Admirable. Know that you're a wonderful, admirable man, Michael. Fuck. Be proud of who you are. It doesn't change how much suffering put you through, Giselle. I was the white-haired girl. The girl in the portrait was me. It was all me. I came back more than once, showing up a woman, then disappearing again, hurting you completely unaware, pushing you away, leaving nothing but tragedy in my wake. I'll never forgive myself for what I did to you. Have faith in yourself, Michael. Follow your heart. I know it was a secret you didn't want revealed, but for me, I couldn't be happier to know the truth, because it shows just how incredibly much you love me. This seems a lot more in line with the Giselle we learned about throughout those months in the mansions between the two of them. I'm pretty glad that we get this instead of... But I'm having a hard time accepting this, though, because... What's real? The music is good and everything, and I'm getting caught up in it, but... Oh, man. How much of a cruel joke would it be if it's Morgana literally grabbing Michael right now? That'd be 10 levels of fucked up. And not only in life, the hundreds of years I spent trapped in this mansion, you spent searching for me. In that vast, empty, hopeless void, you heard my voice. Your love guided you to me. When you had lost everything, your love for me still lived on. Even as it tore you apart, you kept fighting to make it back to me. A few blanks in your memory don't account for how someone so fiercely determined could suddenly become a completely different person. What are you saying, Edgy? Oh no, this is interesting. Yes, Morgana equals master of gaslighting. If you can't let your partner see you at your worst, are you really your partner? Yeah, that's a good one. Would be in character for her, yeah. Oh, for Morgana or for Giselle? But Giselle, how am I supposed to believe that? How am I supposed to believe that wasn't me? When everything about us is exactly the same. You are not the white-haired girl, Michael. Have faith in your own heart and the things you stand for. Have faith in your true self, in the person you are, the shape of your soul. You were never the white-haired girl, and you never will be. Remember when you first arrived at the mansion, Michael? I took your hand, and together we watched dozens of different lives play out. Were your memories anywhere among them? It wasn't behind those doors that you found yourself, but in the remnants of the months we shared here. Was the white-haired girl anywhere in your memories? No! Oh, and I was asking about that. But the gaps are still there, so... Perhaps pieces of Michael made up Michelle, the white-haired girl. You're Michael. No one else. But it doesn't change what my body... I know you, Michael. I know who you are deep down. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I want you to understand that. To know how I feel. Though we only shared our love for a month in life, it was enough for me to wait hundreds of years for your return. And you fought with everything you had to make it back to me, to get me out of here. You are the greatest man I have ever known. Giselle, how is it? You always manage to see straight through me, Giselle. To give me exactly what I want. That smile, that single ray of light in the endless dark. To say exactly what I've so desperately yearned to hear. The words I've sought for countless years. Giselle! I reach out for her, but she's begun to fade. Her outline hazy and blending into the surroundings, and all I manage to grab is empty air. I want more than anything to feel her warmth right now, the sensation of her skin against mine, but there's nothing there. Please, Giselle, don't leave my side again. Don't worry, I'm right here with you. I'm not going anywhere. Giselle, put your hands on my shoulders. Wrap your arms around me. I can't. I want to so much, but I can't feel you there at all. You can, Michael. I promise. Close your eyes. Now reach forward slowly. You can feel it. You can feel me there, can't you? That's my finger, and that's my hair. Those are my eyes, and here are my lips. Here's my heart, where I keep all those feelings you gave back to me, and my love for you. In body and in spirit, I am all yours. Can you sense me here beside you? I think I can. Now, hold on and don't let go. You know, it's kind of funny. We're like two awkward kids around each other. Bound together by a love so amazingly wonderful, powerful, yet we only ever held hands a few times. And embracing is like some incredible achievement for us. And we're supposed to be full-grown adults. Oh, you guys are way past that, given how many fucking years it's been. Kiss me, Michael. We never got the chance whilst we were alive. Giselle. Or are you gonna tell me to wait again? No, don't do that shit again. Not this time. I feel my way around the emptiness where she is. Her skin, white but not pallid. Her slightly flushed cheeks, dimpled by her smile. Her lips, which at times called me master, and at times called me Michael. Her entire being. This woman who accepted me as a man, who even in death continued to bring me back from my darkest places. She is my everything. I feel a faint breath against my neck, somewhere between a sigh and giggle. I feel her warmth, which I thought I would never know again, the soft touch of her skin. I envision her face before me, where I'm sure she is, with her eyes closed, and I press my lips against hers. The ship has sailed! It is a quick, clumsy affair, just a little peck, not the kind of kiss two grown adults might be expected to share. But nonetheless, a gentle warmth spreads through my body from the place our lips touched. It's a sensation so pleasant, so nice, I can hardly believe it's real. Our surroundings dissolve, and the world takes on a new face. A plane of tranquil light created by Giselle, into which the mansion's darkness slowly seeps. The difference is, now I'm not afraid to step back into it. All it took was that single, irreplaceable moment to change my everything. Though I can't see her there, I can feel her presence right beside me. Her heart, and that she too can feel mine. I won't falter anymore. I'm through hesitating, wavering about in fear of my own weakness. I will look to the future. I will believe in myself, because she believes in me. I'm done carrying the chains I created for myself. I have work to do. No more looking away from my responsibility. As the light dims and darkness begins to take over, I hear her voice in my ear. Michael, can I ask you to lend your hand to someone? Not before I save. And actually, if I'm thinking about it, yeah, so this was the one choice, so we're gonna go here. Okay. You've set me free, and now I'd like you to do the same for her. Oh, shit. Is she gonna ask to set Morgana free? If she is talking about Morgana after all this shit she had put you two through. Holy shit. Yeah, Michael and Giselle earn Purest Souls of the Year award. And this is something I don't think anyone else can do. Only you can rid the mansion of its darkness. I'm here with you too. So let's open the final door together. The true final door. And what door is that? We could put an end to all this tragedy. I know we can. Now, off we go, Michael. And do not let go of my hand. Are we about to try to find a way to set Morgana free? Giselle. Reality fades back into view. I'm looking at neither the endless, eroding darkness, nor the visions of my past, but the sea of blood spreading in all directions. I'm standing at the top of the observation tower, outside the door. I've returned. Back in Morgana's world, her bitter, hate-filled, curse-fueled world. Oh, no. So Morgana might still have the real Giselle behind that door. Okay. To tell you the truth, I didn't see this coming. This is my mansion. My domain. She was supposed to be locked up. But it would seem my will is not as absolute as I had thought. What would you call that? The power of love? Is that what allowed this to happen? How trite. Where's the magic? The miracle? I can think of one other reason she was able to escape. And it's the only way we'll be able to find the power we need to cast off the darkness of this house. But first, before we do anything else, we must open this door. Whatever nonsense that woman filled your head with, it certainly seems to have put some fight into those eyes. Well, good for you, my dear. A little confidence boost doesn't erase the fact that you were on the ground, crawling through the filth like a worm, tears streaming down your face as you tried to ignore what lay before you. A little self-esteem isn't going to make you any less helpless when you step through that door. But this won't stop me from trying. I'm done acting like you're some inevitability, some force of nature. It's time for me to take a stand, Morgana. What is behind this door? The air around the door has a distinct chill to it as I place my hand against the wood surface. My arms, once bloody and lacerated, are now whole again. Oh, okay. I can feel my entire body, everything back in its rightful place. I can take in a breath, lift my head, focus my gaze on the door, and push it open. Resting on the back of my hand, I can feel another palm, soft and warm. What are we doing in here? Through the single window sitting high atop the wall shines a ray of light. A black butterfly flutters within the beam. Its form is indistinct, wavering like a mirage as it slowly descends to the tower floor. And then, from within the darkness, a person appears. Are we gonna finally see Morgana? Yeah! Here we go! Is that you, Morgana? How does it feel to finally meet the real thing, my dear? I knew you were young, but you really are still a child. Having heard her tale, I know she died still a girl, and I know that she came to bear so much hatred for the world. But knowing and seeing are two very different things. The sight of her bony, adolescent body is a painful reminder that she never had a chance to know happiness, to know adulthood, before being robbed of her life. I had assumed monster would be your first reaction, with a face and a body like this. I think it's cool. I'm digging this design. And you got my favorite colors too, black, purple, and red. Oh God, I love it. How very sweet of you, Michael. So tell me, what exactly do you mean to do now that you're here? Your ultimate goal was, as I understood it, to take Giselle back. But she's no longer here for me to return to you. She broke out of my cage and exhausted what remained of her soul to show herself to you. I cannot perceive even a trace of her presence any longer, so I presumed her soul shattered, dissipated into nothing. No, she's right here beside me. Is that so? You seem to believe as much anyway, which only makes your presence here a bigger mystery. Ah, I know. You want revenge. I made you miserable while you were alive, and I continued to torment you in death. You entrusted me with Giselle's life, and I used her for my own ends. You must despise me. Hatred fills you. You want to curse me, to kill me. My death could well mean the end of all this. Shall I grant you that wish? She flicks a finger. In the next second, a longsword clatters to the floor at my feet. Take the blade in your hands, and like the knight of old who executed the witch, pierce my heart with it. Do now what should have happened then. You always wanted to be a knight, didn't you? Go on, pick it up. Show me your revulsion, my dear. Morgana. I do have a reason for being here. I came to save you. Yeah, this is going to be the first time anybody's shown her, affection, isn't it? Did you hit your head on the way up? You came to save who? I spent so long trying to look away, when I should have been trying to look deeper. To tell you the truth, your constant chattering in the darkness evoked more than annoyance in me. I empathized with your loneliness. I bear no hatred for you. It was my despair that brought you back to life. So that makes it my responsibility to... Oh, my goodness, sorry. To end this. My one wish has given me all the redemption I need, my dear. Or should I be expecting another self-righteous lecture about how hatred does you no good? Brilliant, Michael, brilliant. Do you have any idea how absurdly presumptuous you're being? Trying to force your idea of redemption onto someone who has no interest in it. If the tale you showed me was the whole truth, then I would have said you could revile those heartless men as much as you pleased. But I refuse to believe that's the whole story. The men I saw beyond the first 3 doors had genuine concerns and worries. They felt things, real human emotions, even though those things ultimately led them down a path of destruction. Wanting to do something nice for the one you care about, being disgusted at the things you've done, hiding your urges from those around you. You certainly couldn't call them good men, but they were real people with real conflicts. So you're saying I'm lying? Well, I can't say I blame you. Who would believe the word of a witch? I don't think you falsified your account, Morgana. The tragedy? No, the grisly reality you described. I don't doubt any of that happened. You wouldn't be here otherwise. But I've learned something in my years. Reality exists from more than one perspective. That doesn't change what happened. That two-faced young man deceived me. The beast severed my arm. And the greedy, power-hungry lord used me for his own personal gain. Events by themselves do not tell the whole story. Only when you take into account their circumstances, what they thought and felt, their perspectives, only then can you say you've reached the truth. Your point being, are you going to march down to where the souls are and ask them for their perspective? Don't waste your breath. They'll only tell you what benefits them the most. Then we do it our way. We open the door to your past. And if I refuse? This is my domain, my world. I'm gonna save. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting really nervous. I'm getting really, really nervous. Holy shit. It operates in accordance to my will. The door won't open unless I allow it to. Were you aware, Morgana, that I recovered my first memory in front of a mirror? You what? The same mirror Giselle used to practice her smile, and in all those hundreds of years, bits of her memory came to reside within it. Every time she stood before that mirror, she had me in her heart. And next, I saw one of my own memories play out in my own bedchamber. It was the first day after we opened the windows, where she let the morning sun into my room. That day was a turning point in my life. And why are you telling me this? Because it means this world doesn't belong only to you. It's also hers. And mine. That would mean it's also the Mel's, Yukimasa's, and Jacopo's. Sorry, I had to remember the names. And that is why she was able to break free. Your wish is without question the most powerful of anyone's here, and you have more authority over this place than anyone else. There is no denying your position as a master of this mansion. But Giselle and I, we too have influence over this domain. I was the one who resurrected you, and she who served as your guide. So the door will appear, whether or not it is your will. You better be right, Michael. You better be right. Their souls reside here as well. They may spin convenient tales, but the memories ingrained upon their souls can tell no lies. All the pieces are on the board. The door will open. Say the door does open. What does that change? Nothing those men may have thought of or felt can take back what they have did to me. This rotting, broken creature they turned me into. I don't care what was going through their heads. They will never have my forgiveness. My hatred is unwavering. My wish will not be undone so easily. The souls shall suffer for all eternity. Before we begin, Morgana, let's get one last lingering question out of the way. And what might that be? Who the white-haired girl is? What? 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 You're telling me that? What? I always thought that was possible, but I thought we closed the door on that. Holy shit. Oh boy. Whoa. What have you? Okay, game. What have you got for me? What's going on here? Okay. Alrighty. I don't have a seatbelt, but I'm buckled in. That's your lingering question. We've already established. That was you, Morgana. Oh God. Oh, that is... Oh God, that is cruel. That is so cruel. Oh my God, Morgana. Oh, she tortured the shit out of Giselle. Wow. Wow. So in the desperate plea to deny you came back as a woman, you're now trying to make me into her? That is perhaps the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And that was you, my dear. Don't avert your eyes. You must face reality. I'm not averting my eyes, and I'm not in denial. I have faith. Faith that I only ever made it back to this mansion once, when I awoke into the rocking chair beside the fireplace. Ha! Nevertheless, That hardly justifies accusing me of being that foolish girl. How could you possibly think I was her? Never have I been present in these walls. Not even while she was alive and in the claws of tragedy. My hair is not white, nor my eyes red. And look at this horrid, festering face. How could I ever become her? How your soul appears is irrelevant in this case, Morgana. I will uncover the truth about you. Things even you don't know. And if I can show you were, in fact, the white-haired girl, in that moment, will your reality be rewritten? If you're so confident, then be my guest. Find out for yourself just how little you're capable of. Okay. This is quite the... yeah. Alrighty. Blackness fills the observation tower once more. Morgana fades into the distance, leaving me alone in the dark stream. It's a darkness I've seen, felt, and been consumed by numerous times since arriving at the mansion. But this time, I welcome it, praying that beyond it lies a truth with power to release all from the house's grip. The next tale has no narrator. I won't sit back and listen as someone recounts the path of fate for me. No, I have to find the path for myself this time. I don't know what awaits me beyond the black, but no matter what it may be, so long as I have the power to provide redemption, I must never put down my sword. Now, let us open the door. The final door. Okay. Where even is this door going? I brought you some food. You have to eat something. You barely touched your food yesterday. Come on, please. Just leave it there. Her hands aren't bound. She can eat whenever she pleases. But she's not going to last much longer. The boy has a point. If she won't eat, we lose our supply of blood. That's not what I meant. Leave it there. Well, we'll be back. Who are you? Oh, are you this? Is she the sickly sister? Do you really have to go? Yeah. Things are pretty hectic right now. And when do you suppose you'll be back? Tomorrow, same time as today. And you'll have enough time to talk then? Will you? Yeah. Are you hiding something from me? You're acting kind of funny. You're my sister. I wouldn't keep anything from you. You're not yourself, though. What's so different about me? Well, you're not acting much like a prince. Right, of course. Don't worry. I'm still your prince, same as always. Is this young Mel and Nellie? Yep, yeah! Good night, Nellie. My princess. How did I end up in this mess? I never wanted this. All I wanted was a quiet life. Someone, get me out of here. Take this thing somewhere far away. Tell me, it's not all my fault. Oh God, I'm begging you. Just make it all go away. Someone, anyone, get me out of here. Look, look. The stars. They're beautiful. What's she holding? Oh, no, that's not what I... Oh, no, she's not holding something. That's, Huh. Little rope has 2 feathers at the end of it. That's kind of cool. Though with it so bright out, I worry someone might see us. Everyone's long gone. I hope so. Are you ashamed? A little. I still want to be with you. Have you ever considered leaving the convent? You can't just stop being a nun, you know. It's not that simple. I've made vows. Sworn my life to the service of God. I was not aware. I don't know much about this land's traditions. Yukimasa? If I were to leave the church, it would have to be in my next life. I'd like to be a normal girl, lead a normal life. Get married, have kids, and before I know it, I'm an old lady. Thinking, it was an uneventful life, but it was the best I could have asked for. That's my dream. It sounds very peaceful. Yeah, I'm thinking... I hope we can be together in our next lives, too. Ooh! Oh! If they get reincarnated in their next lives... Oh, poor Polly. No, please have me be wrong. I don't want... Oh. Oh, that sucks. Have a nice, quiet life together. It'll be a city on the water, looking out over a beautiful, glimmering emerald sea. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm right. And the blue sky spreading as far as the eye can see. The sound of the seabirds squalling by the port. The 2 of us sitting shoulder to shoulder, just looking out over the city. Doesn't that sound wonderful? It certainly does. I would love that. Oh, boy. The Harvest Festival. On the day of the festival, oh, I'm bracing for it. Something's gonna go wrong. Oh, man. Buckle up, boys and girls. Wake up. Please wake up. Come on. Open your eyes. Michael. Huh? Oh, no. Now I'm really confused. What's going on? Ugh. So bright. I'm outside. Light feels like needles in my eyes. The first thing I see beyond the mansion's darkness is blinding light. The sun glares mercilessly overhead. A gentle breeze blows past, and I can hear birds chirping from several different directions. Each breath I take fills my lungs with the scent of earth and grass. So much time has passed since I've been in the light. I almost feel like I'm alive again. Alrighty, see ya, Edgy. Hope you're doing well. No, not almost. What's going on? What on earth is this? The era Morgana lived? Michael! Huh? Oh, thank goodness you can hear me. Yes! Yes! Good morning, Master. I hope you slept well. Giselle, is that voice really you? I swear it's me, 100%. Not that mean old phony. So don't you worry. No, I believe it's you. I just was not expecting to be able to hear you here. I did say I would always be by your side. I'm relieved. But where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. Well, I'm not exactly sure myself. You don't know? I don't know how to describe it. It's pitch dark all around me. Like a black smoke churning in the darkness. Feels a lot like inside the mansion. But I don't think I'm actually in the mansion. So you're still trapped in the void then? I can see a shimmering light off in the distance. Through the fog, I can hear sounds coming from that direction. It's like the outside world is leaking through the light. I can see the trees rustling, hear birds singing. I can't see you, though. So I assumed I was seeing through your eyes. And I thought I'd try to getting your attention. So that means you can see everything I can? Seems so. Though I don't think I can see quite clearly as you. Wish you could be here to feel this too. Experience it in my place even. It's a bizarre sensation. While I could see and feel the worlds through the other doors, it was strictly in the capacity of an observer. We were merely watching, not actually present in the tales. But this time, it's like I've been resurrected and dropped into the world as a participant. It's all so vivid. Everything the mansion lacked, it's all here. I can feel it so clearly. I wish you could have... I wish you could have been the one to experience this. It's okay, Michael. I know you'll dispel this darkness I'm in, won't you? I will. I'm more than happy just to... I'm more than happy... fuck! I'm more than happy just being able to hear your voice. And being able to see what you see. Is like a miracle. I, too, am glad to know you're there. To have the chance to hear your voice again. Thank you so much for saving me. If you hadn't shown up, I wouldn't be here. Oh no, I should be thanking you. I was overjoyed to learn how much you really cared about me. There are so many things I want to say right now. So many things I want you to know. So many thank yous. And so many I love yous. Still awkward. Hey now, is that really the best response you've got? Surely you can do better than that. You're embarrassing me. We're back to the good stuff between the two of them. I love it. I am somewhat disappointed by one thing, though. I can't get any hugs or kisses since I'm not there in person. That face. Oh, come on. You're not very good at this, are you? No. Michael's never been good at this. You know that. And you're not very good at picking up on how much you're embarrassing me. I'd expect the very least of me, too. We should start by figuring out when and where we are exactly, that is. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. You're not even trying, are you? I'm doing the best I can. Please, don't ask any more of this of me. It's okay, though. I may not be able to see you, but we're together either way. You know, Michael, I think I might be able to help, too. While I can't be there in person, I can give you ideas, another point of view when you're not sure about something. With the two of us together, we'll find a way through this. Yes, we will. Where to begin? What do you say we get our bearings, list out exactly what we need to take care of? That's not a bad idea. I'm a bit frazzled at the moment, to tell you the truth. What? Why? I'd assumed we would just be observers, like the other doors, searching their memories for clues. Excuse me. Never expected I'd actually be thrown into their era. True, it's not all like the other doors. No matter how the rules may change, I'm seeing this through to the end. If our guess is correct, and we have arrived at Morgana's past, then we need to uncover the truth behind those events. Or rather, the three men's circumstances. What they felt, what drove them. My gut tells me there's something to be found there that even Morgana doesn't know. I could be wrong, and it's possible that even if I am right, we won't be able to do anything to quell her hatred. But we won't be talking her out of it, that's for sure. Words won't break through that kind of animosity. We need something bigger. Something she could never have imagined. Something that will turn her entire worldview on its head. Is that possible, though? I don't know. The white-haired girl might be a good place to start. She showed up at the mansion again and again, and no led there by some supernatural force. And she was involved with all three men in some way. I can't think of anyone else with such deep ties to both the mansion and the men. But at the same time, I have a hard time convincing myself that the Morgana we know and the white-haired girl could be the same person. They are about as different as two people can be. Which actually leads me to believe there's something there. There must be something. Some secret we still haven't figured out yet that we can use. So let's find it. It won't be easy. If we are in the past, though, I wonder, maybe we could change it? This could be a huge chance for us. Change the past. Yeah, we could prevent Morgana's death, or we could stop whatever led them down this path. There's an idea. Are you guys in the past, though? I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll see. If it's actually possible, maybe we can do something. The question is this world really? I'm getting kind of pumped. I've got my game face on and I'm ready to do this. Doesn't do much good if no one can see it. It's just a figure of speech. Okay, first thing first. We need to find the mansion. Morgana should be at the top of the observation tower. And the three men shouldn't be too far off either. So the question is, where are we? Do you recognize the surroundings at all? I never really left the mansion, so I'm not especially familiar with the lay of the land. Give me a little spin, would you? As she requests, I slowly spin around in a circle, and through the dense woods, I spot a cluster of what appears to be stone formations. Squinting to get a better look, I realize they're buildings. It's decently far off, but it appears to be the edge of the city. I think that might be the village I stayed at for a while. It's a bit big for a village. Don't you remember what Amadei said about the village's history? Amadei. That bastard. Michael, you didn't think something uncharacteristically vulgar just now, did you? Wouldn't dream of it. Yes, I remember. He said it was much larger, and that it was destroyed in a single week by the witch's curse. Except rather than a curse, it was probably disease. That's the same city. Then it fits with what Morgana has said happened. I believe he also said something about there being a large bridge on the outskirts of the city, and that following the path from there would lead to the mansion. So let's head down to the city. All right. You don't sound very enthusiastic. Are you nervous you might have to talk to someone? Don't worry, you've got me here. Don't treat me like I'm antisocial. You're not? She's got a point. No, that's not what's bothering me. It's something about this whole thing feels off. This world we're in? Never mind. I'm probably overthinking things. But now is not the time for that. We need to get moving. Let's go. Rather than waste time fretting over details, we need to get to the mansion like she said. Everything else comes after that. With each step, I can feel the earth compressing beneath my feet, the grass flattening. As I weave my way through the trees toward the city, the sensation of having a living, flesh and blood body slowly returns. Oh, that was quick. That was very quick. White-haired man just appeared out of nowhere. Huh? He's talking to himself. I gotta get away before he does something. Hold it right there, Mel. You don't get to call me crazy and then just run off. How do you know my name? How? Why wouldn't I? We were just in the mansion together. Huh? Mansion? What are you talking about? Right. He hasn't become the shadow in the mansion yet. I doubt I would forget seeing someone as unusual as you. Who are you? And where did you come from? Where? I'd like to know that myself. Say something, Michael. He's not getting any less suspicious of you. You have to come up with a way to break the tension. Improvisation isn't exactly my strong suit. Oh shit! I did not save. I could be able to skip it forward, I guess. I think that's the wrong one. I'm gonna go with them. I was sleeping in a tree. It sure looked like you just popped out of nowhere. You imagined it. It was so sudden, your mind misinterpreted what you saw. Is that too much of a stretch? Well, saying you're God is a pretty big one. Yeah, you're right. Must have been seeing things. Okay, wait a second. Just need to... Where did I last save? Okay, so I saved that Morgana. If I had to go back, I could skip forward pretty quickly. Okay. Well, actually, let's do another save. Yeah. I will go over here. We are going to put this save right here. No. We're going to do a new one. If it doesn't make sense to you guys, I apologize. I have a different way of organizing my mind than I think most people do, so forgive me. Okay. Also, damn, it's 9:42. I'll probably go another 15-20 minutes. On nice days like this, I'll sometimes climb a tree and take a nap too. And then roll over and fall flat on my face. So I can relate. Michael, napping in a tree. I can't even imagine it. Me neither. Also, it would seem that, like Morgana's, I'm the only one who can hear Giselle's voice. Doesn't explain how you know my name. You know, you look a lot like an acquaintance of mine. Imagine my surprise when it turns out you have the same name, too. That's definitely pushing it. Oh, yeah, that happens to me every now and then, too. Jeez, you had me spooked for a second there. Well, on one hand, I'm glad he bought it. I feel perhaps he's a little too trusting. He's the kind of guy who just keeps on walking when he runs across something out of the ordinary, pretending he didn't see a thing. Not the most admirable of traits, but we're in the clear. I assume you're from the city then, if you're out here? Actually, no. I'm, a wanderer of sorts. Oh? Huh. Did you come by to see the Harvest Festival then? Harvest Festival? You don't know about it then? 3 days from now, we're holding a festival at the church to celebrate the spring harvest. 3 days. Morgana died when the bell tolled noon on the day of the festival. which means she's got that much time left. This will be the first time we've held the festival, so we're hoping to make it into a big event, something really memorable. And a young girl is dying behind the scenes of this seemingly pleasant celebration. If her death is 3 days from now, they might give us enough time to do something about it. Can I ask you to show me the way to the church? I would like to join in on the festivities. Sure, yeah. Of course. The church's doors are open to all. Friends and family and wanderers alike. Are they open to folks like Michael? It's not far. Follow me. Thank you. Didn't occur to me until now, but this really is a strange experience. This is a boy from a completely different time period, who I would have never had the opportunity to meet. If he's here, then presumably the other two are as well, which means Morgana's wish for reconstruction was actually granted. The smell doesn't seem like any different a person than he was the one I observed at the first door. Yet he played a part in Morgana's imprisonment. I have trouble believing he would voluntarily involve himself, though. I was scared for a minute there. That could have gone a lot worse. Plus, we managed to make contact with Mel in a record time. She's interacted with him and the others before, so I guess this doesn't feel as strange to her. You don't really hear him, want to hear... You don't want him to hear you talking to yourself again. That's why you're not saying anything to me, isn't it? Actually, I think I can talk to you without speaking. Can you hear me? How are you doing that? I have a lot of experience talking to ghosts. Yeah? That really drives home how bizarre things were for you in this mansion. Were you not in similar circumstances when it was you and Morgana together? Yeah, now that you mention it. What a bizarre time we've both had in that mansion. You're just now realizing this? So, what's your impression of him? My impression? That he's the same Mel as always? In a little more detail? He's an amicable young man. Nice enough to show a complete stranger around. I agree. In Morgana's version of the story, he betrayed her. But he doesn't seem like the kind of person who would enthusiastically do something so malicious. Yeah, he seemed hesitant when he did betray her. He didn't, seem like he was enjoying it, I'm saying. He had to have had some reason. We need to figure out what that was. The question is, how do we go about it? We hardly have enough time to earn his trust and convince him to tell us himself. I'll just have to put the knowledge I already have to good use. Oh, that reminds me. Something that might explain it? No, about Morgana. When you were alive, she was always right there with you, like I am now, right? Whenever it struck her fancy, yes. She didn't seem to care when or where. She would just start talking whenever she felt like it. Whenever? For the most part, yes. Anytime she wanted. Giselle? You don't have to worry about that with me. I don't want to keep my mouth shut. Promise. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't bullshit us. What? You said you feel like you're alive again, right? My five senses all seem to be in working order. Which means you'll be getting hungry, tired, sleepy, and you'll, you know. You have to go to the bathroom. I'll be polite and close my eyes and plug my ears while you're doing it. Thanks. What would possess her to bring that up? Does she even realize what she's saying? Oh gosh, I'm red as a tomato. That answers that. Moving right along, we need to discuss how we're going to go about this. Right, that. The Harvest Festival is our deadline, which doesn't give us very much time. We need a plan for when we arrive at the mansion. How about we spill their secret? Tell everyone about the girl that Tell everybody about the girl they've got locked up in the tower and force them to set her free. Surely that they wouldn't stand for that. No. A lot of people know about the girl's blood that has miracles. Not a good idea. Perhaps. But would anyone believe me? If I walked in... Oh gosh, sorry. If I walked in and said I came from the future, and I know what was going to happen, would anyone actually buy that? Sure, with enough convincing. Even if I did manage to convince them, the tower door was locked in Morgana's rendition of the tale. You need 3 keys to get inside. Mel should have one of them, but stealing his alone won't be enough to get into the tower. True. Giselle is right, and we can save Morgana and change the future. Then that would indeed solve everything. But something about this whole situation still doesn't sit right with me. I have to do more than just set her free of that tower. I have to find the truth as well, as I initially set out to do. Regardless, I would like to try and stay on everybody's good side as much as possible for now. Okay, I'll do whatever I can to help. I appreciate it. I mean, as you know, conversation is not exactly my strong suit. Which means it's my job to hit the brakes whenever you say something stupid. It's a bit too late if I've already said it. Anyway, step 1 is to get ourselves into the mansion. We can't hope to make contact with the other 2 men, much less get Morgana out of there, if we're not staying nearby. If we're not... staying nearby. I'll do what I can. Shit. Tongue. Twist. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tip, the tip, the tip of the tongue. Okay. Anyways. We're almost there. See the big building in the distance? That's the church. It is the same mansion as I suspected. Seeing it now, knowing what horrible things happened there, it's so disheartening. Are happening as we speak. In the tower we see in the distance, Morgana's locked up, all home. Wish we could just march in there and set her free. If getting in the tower were our only goal, we could probably force our way in with a little work. Is something the matter? Mel? I could probably overpower him and get his key. Hello? With the other 2, that almost certainly wouldn't work. Can you hear me? Oh, yes. Sorry, I was lost in thought. Seems kind of strange, doesn't it? What does? I mean, it doesn't look much like a church. At a glance, you'd think it was some noble estate. Uh, so it does. I spent so long there, it never even occurred to me. I was pretty surprised when I first saw it myself. A peculiar place, all told. There's a chapel inside the mansion, with this gorgeous stained glass window. It's quite the sight. Do you know why it was built like that? I'm, not actually sure myself, no. Anyway, I'll show you to the chapel. The Saintess should be there too, so I can introduce you. The Saintess? You never heard about her? Everyone around here knows her. She's a nun at the church, and everybody calls her the Saintess. She's practically her own religious figure. Oh, he's not talking about Morgana. You'll just have to see for yourself. Come on. All right. On our way to the mansion, we passed through a courtyard of sorts. When I lived here, the area was overgrown with weeds. Apparently they kept it in better condition in this era. Following Mel's lead, we head through the chapel entrance. Oh, my. I'm at a loss of words when I see what lies on the other side of those all too familiar doors. While it was barely recognizable as a place of worship in my memory, just 2 columns of battered pews and some piles of rubble, the room I'm looking at now is unequivocally a chapel. So this is what it used to look like. I wonder how far back this is from when I wonder how far back this is from when we lived. It has to be more than a decade or 2. Maybe 100 years or more. The views and beliefs about that world prevalent in our time are not so different than those of this time. Perhaps the chapel was destroyed in the aftermath of the Harvest Festival. When I was first sent to this mansion, there were signs that repairs had been attempted. The stained glass window is behind the pulpit, I'm guessing, though we can't see it from here. And right next to it is a door to the observation tower. Ah, there she is. There's no priest here. She runs the church. You'll want to talk to her first if you're planning to participate in the Harvest Festival. I'll go fetch her for you. Whisking his way between the pews, the boy disappears into the back of the chapel, returning with a nun in tow. When I see her, my face twists for a brief moment. Good afternoon. You came to see the festival, I hear? It's wonderful to have you. Is that who I think it is? Is that Pauline? I'm all but certain at this point that all the major players from behind the 3 doors are present here. Not just the 3 men whose shadows remain in the mansion, but also the women who are important parts of their lives. Though dressed differently, the way she speaks and the way she holds herself resembles the woman killed by her lover behind the second door. Yeah. So here's the question. For Jacopo, is it going to be the white-haired girl? Or is it going to be Maria? They're all connected. What we thought were their separate tales all stretch back to a single point in the time before our own. Is there something the matter? No, I was just thinking how unusual it is for one nun to be managing an entire church all by herself. Yeah, back then, a nun can't say mass, especially in old churches and Catholicism. That's That's a no-no. Yes, that's the usual reaction from new visitors. Even I think this assignment is a bit over my head. Oh, maybe she's just maintaining, presiding over the church, like just looking after it. Because like a nun cannot say mass. Assignment. Well, I was at another church before this one. A smaller building. I wasn't the only nun. But the Lord of the Land ordered me to transfer to a new, larger church he was opening. So here I am. The Lord. There's plenty of space on the property. More than enough to provide shelter for orphan children and aid for the sick. It seems rather vacant from what I've seen. Yes, about that. We used to take people in, but circumstances have made that difficult as of late. What kind of circumstances? It's not something I can discuss with an outsider. Sorry. I'm guessing it has to do with Morgana's imprisonment here. Do you think she knows about Morgana? I would guess not. The men swore to keep it between the three of them. So she's being forced to oversee the mansion completely oblivious of what's happening here. Which isn't to say she's not connected to it in some way. If she's the girl from the second tale, then she should be close with... Is something troubling you? No, my apologies. I got lost in thought. You don't look it, but you're actually a bit of a daydreamer, aren't you? Daydreamer? Mel would fit that description much better. Why? Do I really look like that much of an airhead? Oh, I can see that. Someone has to watch out for him, or he's likely to lose his head in the clouds. Oh, are we gonna get Javi coming here too? That just popped in my mind. I really don't think I'm that spacey. I'm not trying to say you're spacey. I just feel like I've got to keep one eye on you at all times. It's a lot like what I imagine having a little brother would be like. Holy shit! I'm sorry. Ugh. Holy crap. Ugh. Yeah, I might just go 5 more minutes, then I'm falling asleep. Holy shit. Hello. I like how there isn't much difference between the base games and Dreams of Revenants. Only his scenery seems more detailed. I don't know what Dreams of Revenants is. Forgive me. This is the first time I've played this. Also, hello, welcome. I do apologize, but I've been going for a bit, and I am very ready to go to bed pretty soon. Or no, not go to bed, but I'm too tired to read. I'm twisting my tongue way more than I would like to. Oh, is another updated version of the game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how many versions there are of the House in Fata Morgana. Though I will say, once I finish the base game, I'm assuming that's what ends up unlocking all these other games. I mean, extensions are attached to it. So, I look forward to that. Anyways. Let me try to read this again before I screw it up. I'm not trying to say you're spacey. I feel like I've got to keep one eye on you at all times. It's not like I imagined having a little brother would be like. I am an oldest child, you know. What's the big deal? You don't want a big sister? Well, I want you to be my little brother. I don't want to be just a capital S sister to you. That's so stiff and formal. No, I want to be your sister. I'm a little old to be playing make-believe. My God, you really haven't changed, Mel. Oh, come on. They're quite friendly with one another, it would seem. Oh, I know. Why don't you become her brother, then? What? Will you? I will not. Besides, I'm clearly the oldest one here. Why not? I don't think it matters who's older than who. You don't really act that old anyway. I have at least 10 years on you. Your youngest child in security showing. Well, in security. You two are pretty good friends, huh? We can discuss the veracity of that claim later. I would like to ask you a favor. What is it? I'll gladly help with anything I can. Could I perhaps borrow a room until the day of the Harvest Festival? I don't have anywhere to stay. Or a source of income, for that matter. I know it would be taking advantage of your generosity, but I only mean to intrude for a few days. I would be more than happy to offer you a place to stay at any other time. But right now, I can't let you stay here. I'm so sorry. Well, damn. So much for that. Don't let one little no stop you. Keep pushing. Put on a show. Earn her sympathy. She's the lady of the cloth. If you make her feel bad for you, she'll offer you... Giselle, that's not the right thing to do. But, I mean, given the circumstances, yes, it is the right thing to do. Put it on a show. You expect me to act? I'm having another episode. And I was so sure this church could be able to help. That's not going to convince anyone. Quiet, you. He was perfectly fine. Oh, Mel, you little shit. He was perfectly fine on our walk here. Shut your mouth, boy. Oh, this is amazing. Lying in front of a nun. Oh, Michael. As I said, we did once offer a place of respite for the ailing and needy, but regrettably for the time being, we were unable to take anyone in. What I can do, though, is give you medicine. Since we can't let people stay here, with the Lord's generous assistance, we've been handing out a medicine. That's Morgana's blood. So all you do here, then, is give people medicine? Yes, I suppose that's what it boils down to. I'm honestly not sure why we're not allowed to offer shelter right now, but we are still able to provide assistance to those in need, so... I assume it's just a temporary measure, and we'll be able to take people in again before long. So as I remember, there are two more versions: Requiem and Innocence, for Innocence, and Reincarnation. I forgot which one this is. It's on the PlayStation 4. That's as much as I could tell you. I assume it's just a temporary measure and we'll be able to take people in again before long. Yeah. With as much as he's done for the church, it's not really my place to complain about his decisions. I truly am sorry. I hope you understand. I was supposed to ask for a tithe in exchange normally, but just this once, it's yours, free of charge. Could you tell me more about this medicine, please? It's called Saint's Blood, and it'll cure any disease. Saint's Blood? Yeah, that's Morgana. It's not real blood, of course. That's just what it's... Lady, have I got a revelation for you. It sure sounds divine, doesn't it? No, that's not true. Huh? It is real blood. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Mel knows. Mel knows. What did you... sorry to butt in. Do you mind if I bring him back to my room? I don't think I mentioned it, but he's an old friend of mine. We've got a lot of catching up to do. All right. Hey, come on. This way. Well, that sure got quite the reaction out of him. Now he's incredibly leery of you. When she mentioned the blood, I couldn't stop myself. I probably should have kept my mouth shut, though. Alrighty. It's on Nintendo too. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Nintendo version was the most recent one. I can't remember. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, my brain's really shutting off now, and I'm surprised I was able to recover that much to finish reading all that. But at a fun time, I'm going to save it here. Okay. Oh no, wait a minute. Wait. Let's see here. Okay, no, that was the right thing to do. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, wow. What quite the revelations recently, eh? So, yeah, I look forward to figuring out what we're going to be discovering next, because I don't know. I'm kind of curious if we really can alter the past, but we'll find out for sure, I feel. It's yeah, it's I've got no idea how to predict what's going to be happening coming up, because we're obviously going to have to bump into Yugimasa and Jacopo. We'll see what they're called in this era, because I don't think either of those two names are going to fit well. I think that Mel might have the only period name. So yeah, but yeah, what a roller coaster again that this segment was. Holy shit! But I look forward to I look forward to the next one, and yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the thing, things ain't been so swell lately, but once I got into it, really got me animated and going again, and yeah, we had quite the rebound, because now we got it seems that Giselle has somewhat moved on, and now we've got Michael back, and then also the biggest revelation to me, in my opinion, was definitely that Giselle did not reject Michael. That was a huge one, because for the longest time I was just thinking that, yeah, she did reject him, but nope, their bond is still pretty strong. And but I will say, I really do enjoy the banter and the back and forth between Giselle and Michael again. That was because that was some of my favorite pieces of dialogue so far in the entire game. So yeah, I don't know when we'll pick up again, but when I do come up with the time, I'll of course drop the announcement on Minds, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for everybody for dropping on in who came to watch. I hope you had a good time. I hope that I didn't bore you, and hope that you could forgive my tongue twisting at the end there. So hope that you're all staying safe, and I hope that you're all staying warm in the winter weather. And I hope that you're all finding ways to be happy. Try to, and if you're not feeling that right now, try to find it somewhere. It's sometimes hard to find, but if you don't find that, then what else are you gonna go off of? I hope you can find some way to be at peace if life's a bit hectic for you. So I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for dropping by. Take care.